I gave you a brief introduction to a library called as Matplotlib yesterday. Matplotlib is something which is built on Python. So you guys were asking me questions, ma'am, is it that Python is needed for Tableau? Python is not needed for Tableau, but the library which I showed you, which is Matplotlib, I gave you a brief overview and I showed you some graphs, right? If you quickly want to see them one more time, let me just quickly bring it up. So this is what we discussed, right? These are the different graphs which can be plotted using the Matplotlib, which is one of the libraries in Python, right? These were the scatter plots, the shapes, the polygons and arrows. So for this, you need Python because you'll be using the Matplotlib, right? Okay, now the next thing, annotations. So these were some graphs which we discussed, we can draw using the Matplotlib, right? After that discussion we talked about Tableau. It is one of the visual analytical tool. You know, we discussed it helps us to handle the huge amount of data, the complex data that we have. And we discussed how to do the setup of Tableau. We discussed that there are different products which are available for Tableau, right? So desktop, public, online, server, reader, prep, right? These are the different products which are available for Tableau. We discussed that the desktop one is paid. You have to pay for it. So that is why I recommended all of you to go for the public version, which is a free version created for learning. I hope by now all of you have got Tableau Public installed on your system. And because some of you were taking calls from the mobile phone. So I hope you have done Tableau Public. The link was also shared with you how to install, right? We go to public.tableau.com and we can download by giving our email address, and we can just download the Tableau. The other thing that we discussed yesterday was Tableau can be useful if you want to connect on through the Excel file or a TXT file, you know, the Access file, the JSON file, PDF file. These are the different things which you can connect with the Tableau. So what is the very first step? You always connect a data source, right? Once your data source is connected, what we do next, we click on the sheets that you have taken in the Tableau, double click on them, and you would see that the data is passed on to Tableau. So as you can see my screen now, you can see there are some orders that we discussed, orders table, right? The category, subcategory table, which we can drag and drop. Yesterday, I gave you also an introduction to what these different sections are called, right? We discussed this. Okay, post that, we discussed that once we have connected to the data source, we will be choosing the dimensions and measures. And finally, we will apply some visualization techniques, you know, to get a specific chart or graph type that has to be analyzed, right? This is what we discussed. Yesterday's session, we also talked about the live connection and the abstract connection that you have. So two types of data. Remember, if you see two cylinders on the top left corner of your Tableau, that means you are using a extract. If two cylinders are there, extract is always a subset of data source. Okay, so I hope with this everything is clear. I had shared one Excel sheet with all of you, and many of you had downloaded it on your system, and we were trying to play around with that Excel sheet. We imported it, you know, tried to create some graphs, visualization. We tried to do some stuff with that. And then we concluded with the topic, the different data types in Tableau. We discussed that the different data types in Tableau are numbers, string, text, date, geographic, date and time, graphs, geographic. So these are what? These are the different data types, which tells what kind of data that are you trying to store. Tableau is a very intuitive tool which helps it itself knows, you know, it finds out what kind of data type. You don't need to specify the data type, right? So quite intuitive. So just to quickly repeat the steps we did, we go to Microsoft Excel because I wanted to get the Excel sheet information onto Tableau. Click on the option Tableau dataset, click on open. As I click on open, you would see that it executes a query and it is retrieving everything that I had on the Excel sheet here. How many of us do not have the Excel sheet still? You don't have the Excel sheet? Any of my delegates? Any of my people who are attending the session? Let me put it one more time for you. Okay, this Tableau data set. Lot of the data sets are available on the internet also, so nothing to worry. Even if you're not able to download, get any data set. Okay, Pavani, thank you for letting me know. So this is there. Are you now able to download it, dear? Just check on the chat. Are you able to download Tableau dataset? Kunal Bhardwaj? No, it's giving error, Kunal. Okay, I've placed it in the chat. If you don't have it, do not worry. I have put it in the chat. Okay, if you just stop sending messages for a minute, you will be able to see it. I've put it 2-3 times. And even if it is not there, nothing to worry. Team will share it with you. Okay, team will share it with you. Don't worry. And as I said, this is not the end. If you go to the internet and you try to download any data set, it's going to be fine. Do that now. As you're listening to me, get any data set. Data set is what? It's kind of an Excel sheet, right? Where there is a huge amount of data. How does it look like? This is how it looks like, right? So I've got some information here. Okay. All right. So we discussed Tableau data type. What is the agenda for today? What are we going to do today? What is our in our bucket list today? Let's quickly set up the agenda today. We are going to talk about how do we view data on Tableau, right? We are going to talk about how we can hide specific columns. We're going to talk about how we can split a column, okay? And sorting is in our bucket today, ascending, descending. We'll try our best to see all these features on the Tableau. We will try to think how we can sort by different variations, sorting by pills, sorting by marks card. These are the different options which we have. So we're going to see that. And we will see how we can drop one field into the another field on Tableau. The slides which I have will be shared with you. Okay, so there's nothing to worry. Try to take the best out of this session. That's it. And relax, right? The slides will be with you. So try to take as much as you can. One thing very big in the beginning of the session today also, yesterday also, I said, Tableau and tools like this Tableau, they are huge tools. There are a lot of things in this. And when we talk about the duration that we are talking about in Tableau, around 4 hours, it's not much, but at least it will give you a very good idea of Tableau. That is what is the promise. And you have to build upon your knowledge, based on what I'm guiding you through. Okay, Akash, good evening. Thank you for your message. Okay. We'll then talk about some auto hierarchy, how the auto hierarchy works, right? What are the discrete and the continuous graphs? How do you group the data? I'm just setting up the agenda. Don't worry. Even if you're not able to write it down, it's fine. We'll see how you can auto generate the records in Tableau, right? How do you utilize the measure names, the discrete and the continuous values, right? And on this slides that I'll share with you, there will be small assignments which you can probably do after the session. Okay, if we start doing these assignments in the class, in the session, we'll not be able to cover. I want to cover as many things. We'll talk about creating sets. So these assignments you can practice on your own. You can take it as a homework. We will see how we can add titles and captions, how we can export data, right? We're going to talk about the blending of the data. So loads of things in the bucket, filtering the charts, right? How do you have interactive filters created in Tableau? Filters like where and all these things, right? So these are the different things that we are going to discuss today in the day 2. Okay, is everybody with me? Everybody excited? Shall we start looking into it? Brilliant. Let's get started. Okay, now let's see how we can view the data on my Tableau. Is my screen visible? Can you all see my screen? Yes, can you write it in the chat? Okay, now you can see my screen. Okay, I wasn't sharing anything much before because we were setting the agenda. Okay, guys. Anytime my voice is not loud and clear, please now let me know. Okay, let me know and try to take the best out of it. Right. How do we view the data? So in order to view your data source, what do? You click on the view data button right? So you can see that I have got this Tableau book 1 opened, right? What I can do, I can just click on the data source option and it will give me the view data. So what I want all of you to do is, you can do this activity with me. Kindly open Tableau. Please open Tableau, everyone. Right? Click on the data source. So when you double click on this orders, double click on the people and the returns. When you click on this data source option, you will be able to see this information, right? You can see all the information. But when you click on the sheet, when you go to the worksheet, which is created here, you will be able to drag and drop and create visualizations here. Okay, this is the difference. I hope it's all clear. Yes, everybody with me? So this is how the data can be viewed, right? You can do a lot of things on this data, right? You can hide a particular column, you can filter the records. There are different things that you can do. So one by one, we will start visualizing the different things which I can do on Tableau. So for this, what I want you to do, first of all, take any of the columns, right? Take the order ID, right? Take any of the columns, right? Click on OK. Just drag and drop any information. You can drag category, right? Add the discount, right? Add any of the columns. You can do these steps with me. You will see a graph. You will see a plot. If you want to give titles, the text, you can click on this T button as well. Okay, you can add this information. So once this information has been added, we want to see how we can do the different things on the back of the table, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to go to the Tableau. We are going to click on the data source, that option that we have, right? You can see these different columns that we have. So when I click on this orders table, you will be able to visualize the different columns here. Let me make it a little bigger so that you can visualize it, right? Row ID, order date, ship date. These are the different columns that I've got. If I want to make some modifications to this, it is definitely possible. You can just click here and you can see duplicate, rename, copy values. You can hide this. So any of the columns that you hide from here will not be visible. Plus you can rename, you can give different names. Okay, is that clear? Can you quickly try doing this? Rename it once. Rename on the Tableau. Just check, are you able to do this? Right, anytime you click on this options, it will take some time and to fetch, or to go to the sheet. Okay, just quickly try this option. Okay, please write done in the chat once done. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to show you is how you can sort the rows and the data. So for that, what I'm going to take category and the sum. These are the two things that I'm going to take here. So let me just send this back. Category, and let's say we are going to take the sales sum, right? This is the information I've put in the columns and I've put it in the rows, right? This is the information I have. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to sort it, right? Can you see this button here, sorted ascending by sum of sales with category? You will click on this option and you can see it brings the data to a sorted format. If you click on this option, it will sort descending order. You can see, right? Can we do these so many things in other tools? We probably might be, but that's not very dynamically done, right? So sorting like this and like this, ascending and descending. Okay, can we quickly try this option on Tableau? Let's quickly try this and see if it works. There is another option of sorting from here itself. If you click on this option, you will see that there is an option of clear sort. So if you clear this sorting, click on the category. From here also you can sort the data. Okay, what data source order? Alphabetical order, field order, manual, nested, what kind of an order do you want? You can provide all this information. If I say descending, you can see it sorts the order, right? Can we quickly try this, guys? Can we quickly try and write done if you've done this? sorting the rows, sorting the data. Okay, all clear? Any questions that I can take? Very good. Hem Kumar, thank you for doing it. Very good. Sudhir done, Preeti done, Shravanti done, Sai done. Okay, good job. Very good. Okay, waiting for others to complete as well. Good job, guys. Try to do as much as you can with me. Else, you can always look at this recording that we will provide and also do it. All right. Okay. The next thing that is, because there are too many things to do, I'll move little quick on these operations. Try to do quickly with me. The next thing that we want to look into, how we can create the hierarchies in Tableau. Okay, so what is hierarchy? Let's say I wanted to create information on one of the top of the other. First the main information, then the child, parent, and then the further child. If I want to create hierarchies like this, I can drop one field into the another. So let's take the sum, category, and subcategory in Tableau. Okay, so let's go back to Tableau and let's take this sum here, right? And let's take the category option here and the subcategory here, right? So as you're looking into this graph as of now, what we are doing, we have got in the columns the sum of sales, and in the rows what we've got the category and we've got the subcategory. So this is how you can see the basic, the various information has come up, right? And these hierarchies can also be created for your date fields, right? Date is a data type also, which tells you the date, the format of the date, right? So let's do one thing. Let's for this data that we have, we will take year, order, date. So let me just quickly put this information back, and then we are going to take the, probably any one of these columns we can take. How about taking the order, date, and the sum of sales? Okay, these are the different columns we are going to take. So let's search for, you can also search the option from here. This is one option where you can get. So I've got the sales of sum, which I have put here, right? And then one more information that I need is the order date. So let's just quickly search if it provides us this information. No, it's not coming up. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there is something wrong with this cursor. 1 second. All right, that's fine. What I'm going to do is very quickly explain it to you through the slide. Maybe that will be quicker. So you can see that on this slide, what I've done, I have got the year, which is the order date, and I've got the rows, which is the sum of sales. Can you all see a graph, right? So based on this graph, different things can be done. Like you can display the auto hierarchy using the discrete graphs, or you can show it through the continuous graphs. Anytime, whatever graph you have created, you want to remove it, you can just right click on a particular segment. As you right click, there will be some options which will appear, and all you need to do is you can just say remove hierarchy. Okay, can we all quickly try this once? You can take the information as year and sum. Year in the columns, and in the rows you can take the sum, right? And then just look at the graph, right click on the graph, and it should basically bring it up the option to remove. Okay, let's quickly try this and let me know in the done if it is done. Auto hierarchies. This is called auto hierarchies. Okay, any questions till now? Anything you want to discuss? Done. Oligun, it's your first day. Okay, no worries, Oligun, that's fine. Try to take the best out of this, So Janardhan, this data set I had put on the chat, right? You can actually get the data set from anywhere. Take it, just download, just on the internet search Tableau data set or information, something you can search. You will get the information. And even if you're not able to, don't worry, we will provide this sheet to you after the training. Okay, any other questions? Okay, now the next thing that I wanted to show you is how we can group the information in Tableau. Let's say I wanted to do some grouping. So what I did, I wanted to calculate the sum of the sales region wise. Whatever data I had, I wanted to take the sum of the sales region wise. I wanted to group. So imagine this is the data for Amazon, where Amazon has divided the information, the sales into central, east, south, and west. I wanted to group the data. What can I do? I can select these options. As you select these options, you will see it gives you some options. Keep, only, exclude. As you right click on this, you will see different options here. Select all, view data, format. If you want to add some annotations here, you can do that. And if you just click on the group option now, you would see it will group all the data. How will it group? Based on the sales. This is called as the grouping of data. So Tableau will always allow you to compare one particular segment with the rest of the segments. And how does it do that? By grouping the other segments as one. This is a very big benefit of Tableau. Grouping of data is very, very beneficial. Okay, I hope everybody is trying this. You could also select two data and you can right click and group. Ungroup it first, once you have, and then you can always select the two data and click on group. Okay, so you can see central and west, east and south. It has grouped the data. Okay, all clear, guys? Any questions? Okay, very quickly, let's move on to the next slide, in which we would love to see how we can, particularly in Tableau, how you can actually add the parameters, right? How the dynamic parameters can be added. Before we discuss that, what are the parameters? Dynamic parameters or dynamic values are basically constant values, which you are using in calculations, something that you use in filters, that is basically the concept of the parameters, constant values. So how you can do is, on Tableau, if you want to create let's first see how we can create a set. So how you can do is, you can create a set by clicking on the option set. And how do you do that? Let's say there was a subcategory. You can right click on the subcategory, click on create, and then you will see there is an option of set. So let's say I had sum of sales and subcategory, and I click on the subcategory, right click, create set. You will see that it will change your graph according to the set that you wanted to create. Okay, this is one of the beneficial things where you wanted to create sets. There are a lot of other things you can do. You can click on a particular option. You can choose the subcategory from this modal window when you are creating the set. You can couple of other things you can do is select the relevant columns, the relevant rows, click on those subcategory and sum, and from there also you can create the sets. So a lot of things are there which you can do when the sets are concerned. Okay, and based on this information that we have discussed, this is a small assignment which you can do. So in this graph, in this assignment, what I'm expecting you to do is create an interactive graph which highlights top 5 profit generating categories, interactive category and subcategory wise sales, right? So I want you to plot something like this, a graph, something like this. Okay. So as we discussed all the assignments, please take it for homework. Okay. Try to do it later. The next thing that I wanted to discuss with you is how we can use combines. What will be the main benefit? You can see the combined field option, which I'm showing you on the presentation as of now, using the combine. But what is the benefit? Whenever you wanted to do some collective analysis on your fields, whatever data you have, you wanted to compare the sales based on how much sales has been done on a particular product. Cosmetics, how much sales have happened, right? Within cosmetics, how much sales has been happened in the subcategory of cosmetics, right? Or let's say north region wise, how much sales has happened than south. So comparing the region wise category and subcategory wise sales can be done using the combines. So all you have to do is drag the subcategory. So you can see I've dragged here the category and the subcategory here, and then you can just right click, create combined field. So what it will do, in the sheet itself, you can see furniture bookcases in the central region, furniture bookcases in the east region has been calculated to this value. Combining, okay, doing some collective analysis on the fields. This is very, very useful. Okay, before we go ahead to the next thing, can you please ask me some questions if you have? Okay, ma'am, can you show the assignment slide? Yes, Anirudh, this is the assignment slide. If you want to take a snapshot, you can. But as I discussed, the slides, we will make it available for you. So this assignment will be there. Okay, let me just share the slide again. Okay. All right. The next thing that we're going to look into is the titles and the captions. So let us go into the, PPT we will share, Janardhan. We'll give it to you. Okay. Now going to the titles and captions. How do we add a title and caption? I hope most of you by now have got some data set with you. So let us all go to Tableau, right? I hope the Tableau is visible. So what we were going to do now, we are going to understand how the titles can be created, right? So do one thing, just add some subcategory and sum of sales, okay, in Tableau. Let's quickly add that subcategory and sum of sales. So let me add some information and sales and wait for all of you to do it. Okay, can we all quickly add it? All done? Okay, now the next step, what we have to do, we have to see how we can add the captions and the summary. So if you click on this option worksheet, yes, can you all see this option worksheet? You can click on show caption. As you click on show caption, the captions will be visible. You can see sum of sales for each subcategory. Then it is telling you what is the color showing. Color shows the details about region group. The data is filtered on order ID, which keeps 500. So some kind of a caption has been added. If you click on the worksheet and you click on the show summary option, you can see a summary. I will let everyone to view it once. Can you all see my screen? Yes, you can all see my screen. So you can see on the right hand side of this graph that we plotted, we can see the entire summary, right? How was I able to do that? We clicked on the worksheet option and we clicked on the show summary, show caption option. Okay, the title is something which is coming on the top. Now, any kind of card that you want to make visible or hide, that you can do that using the option show cards. As you click on show cards, you can see columns, the shelf, pages shelf, filter shelf. Can you all see this, right? So these cards can be hidden from here. Okay, can we all quickly try this bit and write done in the chat? Let me wait for you. Done. Okay. Okay, you guys, if I'm not asking all of you to do, also ever can do, fine. Some of us are having power cut issues. We are joined from mobile. It is absolutely fine. Don't worry. You can do it later, right? But at least if I get 5 to 6 tons, I know some of us are trying it with me. So this is going to be not just me coming and giving you the concepts and going away, right? Done. Okay, done. Vamula done. Shubham done. Excellent. Good job. Waiting for others. I'll just repeat this step. Worksheet, show title, caption, and summary. Please add it quickly. Ninu done. Ajay done. Great, great. Good job. Done. Okay, done, done. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next concept. Let's not delay. The next thing that we want to talk about is how I can generate granularity in Tableau. Right, guys, I want to answer. So many questions are coming. I wanted to answer, wanted to speak to all of you. Just try to take in as much as you can, and then we can discuss your queries also. We'll try our best. Okay. So the next concept that I wanted to show you was, what is granularity? What is granularity means? Breaking down, right? Granularity means when you want to break your data down. So let's say in the columns, I've got sum of sales, and in the rows, I've got sum of profit. Can you see my screen? What kind of data is being plotted, right? It has broken down the information into some meaningful ideas, right? I hope it's clear. Okay, so I want all of you to try. All those who are trying it with me, I want you to all try by adding sum of sales in the column, and in the rows, please add sum of profit. Try to see if you're able to do it. Done. Okay, Pratiksha done. Akarsh done. Granularity. We've been able to achieve the granularity. Okay. Yesterday, many of you were asking me to, ma'am, we will cover joins or not, how we will see, we'll be able to join the data or not. We will be able to do that. Okay, so how I'm going to do that? I'm going to just quickly go to my slides and look into the table, into the concept, what is joins. Okay, so let's look into joins. How many of us have an idea of what is a join? Sohit, if you have missed the last class, I'm totally understand it, because the setup and all was missing. Nothing to worry here, Sohit. Just do one thing, try to take in as much as you can. And then what you do, first you look into the first day recording, and then look into the second day, today's. Okay, you'll be fine. Sudhir, very good. Connecting two or more data. What is the meaning of word join? Leave it if you don't know SQL. Don't worry. What is joining means? Radhika, very good. Joining is merging the data. Yes. And you know what? Whenever you are doing data analysis, when many of you will agree with me. Yes, thank you so much. Good inputs, wonderful. Now let's try to talk about join in data analysis. You all will agree with me that whenever you're doing data analysis, the data joining is a very, very common requirement, right? You might have to join data from multiple sources, or join data from different tables, because some information might be present in one table, some information might be present in another table. So Tableau also has this feature where, you can join the table by using the data pane available under the edit data source. I'll show you that, right? So when you talk about joins, let's say I had a data source which was for a superstore. Okay, and this superstore had orders and returns table. What I wanted to do, join them, make sure I get the information from the both the tables, right? But even before we do that, we need to know what are the different types of joins, which we can make in Tableau. So what are the different types of joins? It's just in the front of you. See, inner join, left, right, full join. These are the different types of joins which we have in Tableau. Something similar to SQL. If you have come across SQL, then obviously it will be easy for you to even pick it up here. So these are the different joins. Now, one by one, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the inner join, the left join, the right join, and the full join. Okay, and then we'll see how the joining can be done. So when I join two tables, let's say I join a table which is employees and the salaries, the hovering mouse over the intersecting circles gives you the information about the inner join. So there were two circles, right? And in both the circles, the intersecting area is something which will give you the inner join. Okay, inner join. Left join is when you apply the left join over the two tables, what will happen? The complete data from the left table is considered, and the data from the right table, only that data will be considered, which is common between the two. Okay, left join. So left join is this is the diagram. This is the table 1. Okay, this is the table 2. So what will happen? This table data will be taken, right? The right join. In the right join, if you're applying it over the two tables, what it will do? The complete data from the right table will be taken, okay, will be considered. And the data from the left also we have to consider, but only that data will be considered which is common between the two. The snapshot is in front of you. And then comes the full outer join. This is what I want some of you to try. What will be full outer join? What will be full outer join or full join? Anybody can try? Inner join, left join, right join, I've already told you. What is full outer join? Give it a try. Both the circles. Give me the exact definition. Try giving the exact definition. Okay, waiting for all of you to try. Try. Right. So yes, good job. Now I'm going to answer this. So when you apply a full outer join, that means the join will return the data that is definitely common to both the tables, right? Along with the data from both the tables that is uncommon between the two. So I repeat, it will give you the data which is common to both the tables, along with the data from both the tables which is uncommon, which is not common to each other. Normally, a full outer join, if you want to look into the diagram, how it is represented, you will see in different books on the websites also that they highlight this full area, this one as well as this one, fully colored. Okay. Now let us try to understand how the joins can be used. I have a table in the Excel sheet which says book sales, and I have another which says electronic sales. Okay, so got book sales, electronic sales. This is the information which I've got in book sales. You can see region is there, state is there, book sales is there. In the second sheet, I've got area, state, and electronic sales. What is common? What is the common thing between them? The state, right? So what I wanted to do, I wanted to create the relationship. So what I'm going to do, click on data, click on edit relationships, and you can give the region as the column and sum of the book sales. So what you can see that a graph like this will get plotted. A kind of a data blending which has happened, right? So this is one benefit, like joins that we discussed, data blending also helps you to analyze the data which is coming from more than one sources. But one benefit of data blending is it will help you to get some more advanced options, right? And what are those options? Some of those options I'm going to show it to you. For example, here you can see I've got the sum of book sales, right? Sum of electronic items, and I created an aggregate of the total sales state-wise. So you can see Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Bengal, Gujarat, Haryana, Kerala, Rajasthan. These are the different states that I have got, and you can see how many book sales have happened, how many electronic sales have happened, how many total sales can happen. So if you look into this slide, sum of book sales, sum of electronic sales, aggregate of the total, and then I've got the state. And you can see different states on the y-axis and the book sales, electronic sales, and the total sales listed. Data blending. Okay, these are some of the features which are available in Tableau, which are not there in the basic tools. Okay, in order to blend the data, join the data, what you can do, you can see a snapshot here. I hope everybody is able to see a snapshot. I have got the columns. In the columns, I've entered the measure names. In the rows, I've entered the state. And you can see that I'm adding some of the book sales, some of the electronic sales. I have got the information from both the, and I've created a TS. TS is the total sales. Okay, can we all quickly look into this assignment which I'm sharing with you and try this later? Try to get the sheet information and try to create some inner joins, full joins. Don't worry if you don't have the same data set. Don't worry. You can do the join on any table. Any table you can work on. Okay. In addition to this, what you can do is you can also create the filters. And how to create filters, let us all open Tableau. This is what I will ask even you all to practice. Let's go to Tableau. In the Tableau, what I want you to do is, I hope you can see Tableau, everyone. Okay, and what I'm going to do, sum of sales I will keep, and I'm going to keep the category. Sum of sales will be in my columns and rows in the category. I've put some information here. Okay. And what I wanted to see how I can create a filter. So in order to create a filter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these options that I have. Right click on this. Right. I want everybody to try this one. Okay. Create this column as sum of sales, make the rows as the category, and select all these rows that you have created, the information you have created, and right click on the filter. Right click on the filter. You will get a graph, something similar to like this. Something similar to this. So sum of sales and the category, and then just click on this option. I hope you can see this option. Now let's go back to Tableau. You created the data, added it. Now just click on this. You will be able to see an option called as filters. Right? And as you click on the filters option, you can see how do you want to create the filter, on what category or order ID, region group, or sum of sales. Just select any one of them for now. Okay, so you can see in the filters, we've got the order ID and the category created. Okay, can we all try this and write done in the chat? PPT will be shared, guys. Don't worry. I'm getting some questions around the PPT. We will share that. Okay, filters. Just add some filters and try it. Write done if you've done it. As you're creating the filters, you would also see the summaries information is coming. It's giving us the total count is 6, sum is this, average, minimum, the maximum, the median. You can select from here the different categories, right? If you want furniture, office supplies, technology, you can select all, or you can just keep one of them. All these things can be done. And whatever filters you've added, you can see the order ID, the category, and the region group is here. You can click on this option and you can basically clear the filter if you want to. And let's say if you wanted to apply it to the worksheets, you can just click on this option. If you click on show highlighter, this is another option which will just highlight the information for you. And then there are some other options like clearing, we discussed, adding to context, the attribute, the measure, how do you want to show it, minimum, maximum, count of distinct values. These are the different things which you can do with the filters. Okay, can you please quickly try it once? Okay, how do we select the filter? Okay, so in order to select the filter, just click on this option, click on this filter, and this is how I've created region group. Sorry, who's asked? Akshay. Can you see, Akshay, this option? Click on this filter and then here. Able to see, Akshay. Okay. Okay. Can we all try? I'm going to wait for you. Click on this option. Just you can take any values as of now. I have preferred to take the sum of sales and category. Take any options. Click on this filter options on this option and then try. Write done in the chat. Let me see how many of us are doing this. Okay, 1 done. 2 done, 3 done, 4 done. Great, great. 6 done, 7 done. Good job. Please all try this. Okay. Meanwhile, is there any questions? All done, done, done. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm waiting. Please, everybody try this option. Okay. So all those who are done and nearly done, you know, when you choose the filters, there's also an option to format your filter. So that means if I want to put some modifications to this, I can just right click on this, any of these filters, and then click on format. As you click on the format option, on the left hand side, you will see an option format font, right? Here you can do the things with the entire sheet, with the rows, with the columns. This is another option where you can format your filter, right? You'll get different filter formatting options. All right, everyone, is that clear? Any questions? Okay, trying it, good. Okay, all right. If no questions, shall we go ahead? Okay, Tableau has another option where a tooltip can be added. So what you can do is just by clicking on this tooltip option, you can get the tooltip generated. I can show you a snapshot how you can actually create it. So in Tableau, whenever you're clicking at any data point, you know, maybe this point, this data point, any information that you click, you might get some on hover, you will get some information. How you can do that? Using this tooltip option. So for example, this tooltip tells me is the subcategory chairs. Region is this, discount is 105, profit is 26,586. Then we've got sales, which is 328,454, right? So some kind of an information can be fetched using this tooltip option. This is how we can get some tooltips. In the paid versions, you will also see some additional things like shape. You can create some shapes in Tableau. Okay, there is an option called shape using which the shapes can be also added. In some versions, you will also see an option of details where you can add some details. So for example, in the central region, I wanted to put the detail, the count of how many sales have happened. In the east region, how much, in the south, how much, and in the west, how much. So based on the product that we are selling, be it furniture, office supplies, or technology, we can put the count here, right? Using the details option, which is available in the under the marks option. This is another thing which you can do in Tableau. Okay. All right. We'll take a break. Just before we go on a break, I wanted to give you one more point here. With Tableau, one more thing that you can do is you can format the data. You can format the information that you have. And how can you format the data? Let's say you had put some information under the rows and the columns. There is an option which you can select, which is format. And as you click on this format option, you go to the font, you will be able to see multiple things that you do. So in the Tableau Public as well, when you click on this format option and click on this font, right, you will be able to see a format font where you can make some modifications. Different options are, you can see Tableau Book, you've got Times New Roman, something like we do in MS Word. How about changing the size, right? How about changing the colors? So this makes your data more and more clear, readable, and you can actually make modifications according to your requirements. How do you do that? Clicking on the format option, and there's a font, format font. And as you click on format font, what's going to happen? You will get this option here, right? Accidentally, if you close it, you can open it again, right? As an assignment, what I'm going to do is, I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes of time. Can we quickly try this once? Go to Tableau, whatever graph that you've drawn, click on the format font and see if it works. If you've done it, write done in the chat. And if you have any questions, you can ask me now, because we will be taking a short 10 minutes break, right? In which all of us can relax, take some fresh air, water, come back, right? It's been an hour we've been sitting. So we'll take a break. But just before we go on break, let's try this format font option, and kindly write done in the chat if you've done it. And if you have any questions, please ask. How do we select the columns, Janardhan? In order to select the columns, if you go back to that option, you can just drag and drop. There's nothing to select. You can just drag and drop the information. Okay, so let's say I wanted to put the customer ID, drag it and put it here. Row ID, drag it and put it here. Okay, this is how. Janardhan, does that answer? Ma'am, can we modify the data after creating the graph? Yes, you can do the dynamic changes in Tableau. Definitely possible, Anand. That is possible. Any other questions? Ma'am, what is the scope of Tableau in industry? Okay, so industrial projects in Tableau, what are the Tableau scopes in industry? Okay, all right, right. See, if from the industry perspective or job perspective, that question is, a person who has knowledge of Tableau, you can play many roles, right? You can play a role of a data analyst, business analyst. There is nowadays new roles, Tableau consultants, Okay. Plus, in business intelligence, you can also get roles like a business intelligence analyst, business intelligence developer, business intelligence manager. These are really good paying roles, right? Particularly in India also, it has a good standing, somewhere around 20 lakhs per annum if it's an experienced developers. So that's quite a good, right? So there's ample growth and scope. If you're learning Tableau, ample growth, right? Because there's not only a great demand for Tableau, there is also huge rewards on offers. So it's something which has really good salaries. Okay. Where was Tableau founded? Tableau was founded in Mountain View, California. Okay, so it's really a good essential skill, particularly if you want to go into the field of data scientist. It's a very good skill. Okay, what is the difference between Python and Tableau? Python is a language, Tableau is a tool, right? Python is extremely good. It also helps you to do machine learning and other things, but Tableau is a tool. Okay, any other questions? Let me just quickly go to the chat. Okay, Janardhan, if you're getting this error, can you just restart Tableau? Just close and let me know after the break also if it doesn't work. Okay, just close and bring it back again. All right, Janardhan, just try it once. Let me know if it is working. Restart, otherwise we will have a look at it. Okay, how Tableau is used in market research. So see, there is a department which is called as market research department, right? If even that department has selected the Tableau standard as the newest analytical application. So when we talk about Tableau, it will help the marketing team across the globe so that they can access the data which is in Microsoft Access, Excel, other formats. I hope you remember, when you are trying to import the data in Tableau, we discussed, right? It are different options from which your data can be fetched. So for marketing purpose, again, Tableau is very, very useful. Okay. All right, 8-1. So guys, any other questions? How do we create calculations? We will discuss this. Ronnie Vergis, hi ma'am, does background matters for data business analyst role? Ronnie, depends upon which field you were before, right? If you were in a totally non-IT field, even then you can switch into the data analyst role. It's not that, we at SkillsLash, we've got a lot of people who are from mechanical background, civil background, but they want to go into the field of data analyst. Definitely you can go. Okay, there is it. You might have to learn new things. So there'll be initial glitches, initial hard work that you have to put into, but it's not that you cannot do it. Okay, you can definitely do that. Janardhan, you want the data set. Okay, one more time I will put it. Dear. I'm trying to share it best. So I'll put it in the chat. The team will also share it. Shelly Singh, ma'am, I'm enjoying your teaching. So can we have workshop on some other tools like Power BI, SQL? SQL workshop, Shelly Singh, was done. The Power BI is going to happen next week. Okay, so if you are interested, you can register for the Power BI workshop as well. What are the skills needed for data analyst? I love to answer all these questions, all meaningful questions. For a data analyst, Ishwaran, what basically we need to know good tools like Tableau. Plus, one programming language is very important, like Python. Pick up Python. If you have no programming, Ishwaran, do you have programming experience? If you have programming experience, good. Even if you don't have it, start with the language Python. Python is one of the best language. Rakib, very good. R is a very good language. So at least one language, if you know, that will really help you. SAS, yes, that is another thing. Good. Yes, the recording will be given, guys. Recording will be given, definitely given. Today and yesterday's and today, both will be given. Any other questions? Okay, ma'am, what is the difference between big data and data analytics? Very good question. Big data and Nino KB, very good question. Big data is actually, when you talk about large data, complex collection of data. Big data is different from data analytics. Data analytics is the process, right? It is a process in which you get the meaningful information from the data, right? So data analytics is mainly used by industries like IT industry, right? Travel industry, hospitals, healthcare industry. Whereas big data is used by industries such as banking, retail, right? So when we talk about big data, it helps these industries in many ways to take strategic business decisions, right? So if you ask me what is better, data analytics is better, big data, see, it depends. It depends. If you're looking to build stronger expertise around making statistical predictive analysis, then the data science course is very good for you, right? Whereas if you want to go for big data course, it will benefit you or anybody who's looking to become competent in processing the data using the Hadoop, or you want to work with language R, Tableau. These are the different things. So once you have imported the relevant data source, right? For example, there is a data source here which has got some dimensions: order date, order ID, postal code. Can you see all this data, everyone? Right? Product name, region, shipment. Can you all see this? Right. So once you've got all this data source, what you can do is you can click on this option and you can say add to sheet, show filter, duplicate, rename, hide. Once you see all these options, there will be another option which is create. As you click on the create and calculated field, this is how a calculated field can be added. From here on, you can do different things, right? You can start doing different calculations. How about doing some calculations with left, right, upper, lower, length, right? So you can click on order ID, transform, custom split. These are the different things which you can do. Okay. You can do some table calculations, right? Table calculations can be done. So try this all. You can do some table calculations to get an output like this. For example, I had got an year, order date, and a sum of sales, right? So you can get table calculations created like this. You can have a calculations where, let's say, you have got a column called as measure names. You got rows which is year, order date, and month, order date, right? So you can get the information based on the sum of sales. You can see this measure values, right? You can get informations like this. How about you wanted to print the sum of sales 2 times here, and then you wanted to do the category. And this sum of sales you wanted to compute using the subcategory. So these different things can be done in Tableau, which is really, yes, summarizing the value. Very good. So all these things can be done, right? You can apply some conditional formatting, right? That means you want to format as per some condition. Let's say you had a information of the different sales, right? Which had the sales of appliances, art, blenders, bookcases, phone, papers, envelopes, fasteners. So you have different stationery items, and what you wanted to do was you just wanted to highlight the first 5 or the bottom 5 data from the table that you have. Definitely that is possible. That can be done through conditional formatting. Very much possible. So this conditional formatting, all these operations are possible in Tableau. Okay, another assignment, this is there in the slide. Based on what we've discussed till now, this is another question which you can try on Tableau. So please do try. Okay, I wanted to give you, before we close, I wanted to also give you an insight of the charting that you can do in Tableau, the charts that you can create in Tableau. Does anyone know how many different types of charts you can create in Tableau? It's huge, big number. How many number of charts? We'll talk about what those charts are little later. And guys, considering the time duration we have, we will not be able to, make all those charts, right? Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. I don't want to do that. I just want to give you an insight of what all charts are there, and then you can practice this. Can I get the exact number? How many charts are available? 24. Oh my God, very well read people. Yes, 24 charts can be created. So in Tableau, there is an option where you can create 24 different types of charts. And they will all help you to get a good visualization. What are those different types of charts like we can create? Let's have a look. You can have scatter charts like this, where your few points, like, the west sales, east sales, south sales, central sales. So your few points will be scattered on the plotting area. This is the plotting area, right? We discussed. So your few points will be scattered like this. Okay. I hope it is clear. You can have world maps like this. Okay. California, New York, Texas. Just visualize the different things that you can do. You can have line charts like this. So when you talk about Tableau, automatically it will give you a line chart. Whenever you're working on a date field, for example, month or year, by default, whatever date field you're working, it will give you a line chart, something similar to this, which you can see, right? So it can be green. In case it's a continuous chart, if it's a discrete chart, it is blue. So see how automatically this tool monitors or does the stuff, right? Very fascinating. You can have bubble charts like this, like the bubbles that move around in the air. When you see there, these are some circles which are representing the dimensions, the size, right? So what does it show? It shows that east and the west has got the maximum size, right? Right? You can have nice legends like this. So bubble charts. Tableau also give you an option to create bar charts, which could be a stacked bar chart, one on top of the other, colored bar chart, or you could have leveled bar charts. You could have the bar charts which are interactive bar charts. So these are the different bar charts also which you can create. Tree maps, something similar to this. Right? So I wanted to see the different categories. I wanted to see the furniture category. I wanted to see the technology category and the office supplies category. I can make tree maps. Okay. There is an option to create funnel charts like this, right? In a particular year, how much sale has happened? West, east, central, south. I can create funnel charts like this. I can have an advanced funnel chart, which can give you the information at the different levels or sectors. So west and east and central and south, these are the percentages. Visualize, have a look. How many things can we do using Tableau? You can have waterfall charts like this. Wherever you wanted to have the sum effect or cumulative effect of a positive value, negative value, you can get a waterfall. Why waterfall is it called? Because it's something similar to a waterfall. It looks like a waterfall, right? So if you want to create this chart, you can use the Gantt bar chart. You can create some heat maps using Tableau. So heat maps will be used to display the data along with the color. Can you visualize all of this, right? It will help you look at the data, compare the data based on what thing? Based on the color that you have. Like any other visualization tool, Tableau also gives you an opportunity to create pie charts, right? Everybody's familiarized with pie charts. We know how pie charts look like, the circles. This is what Tableau is also capable of doing. Many times where you want to show information in this format, something like this, you can use a capability of bump chart in Tableau. Okay, so in the cases where, let's say, the things are changing with time, with duration, these charts are really beneficial. In 2014 this happened, then in 2016 this happened, then in 2017 this happened. So what are these going to do? These different things, they are bump charts. Okay. Reference lines. Now see, whenever you want to identify, this is for example a graph that I have drawn. I wanted to highlight the values with respect to a particular level. I can do that. That word is called reference lines. These lines are called reference. So you can add the reference line along the x-axis. You can also add the reference lines along the y-axis. Visualize, appreciate what are the different things that we can do. Okay. Now I want you to read this assignments silently, just visualize what we have to do and try this later, but just read it. I'll give you 2-3 minutes to relax and read it and see how would you be able to do this. And we won't do it in the session now because then it will take a lot of time and we will not be able to cover other things. So take this as homework, but please read this assignment once. In this, I've basically asked you to create different graphs, scatter charts, line graphs, bar graphs. I hope you can see. Okay, everyone, please try reading it. Okay, can we all go ahead? Got an idea? Okay, the next thing that I want to show you, if you all are ready, is how you can manipulate the maps, make the maps in Tableau, how you can create different map layers, how you can have some custom territories in Tableau. Okay, so the next topic that we want to look into is maps, how the maps can be created. Okay, let's have a look. In Tableau, in order to represent your data in a geographically dispersed manner, we use a concept called as map chart. Okay, so you can have different layers. As you can see, there are some states of US which I've listed: California, Washington, Oregon, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. These are the different states I've got, which I've put the information. Right? Maps can be created. And most importantly, there could be some custom groups which could be created. We discussed the grouping, right? So they are also useful when you want to create some custom groups, custom territories. You could have some geocoding, right? Some geographical area which is not recognized by Tableau groups, they can be customized. Okay, there will be some groups, some areas not recognized. You can always handle that. So that will, or wherever it is the geographic locations, it will be the longitude and the latitude. So here you can see in the columns, I've used longitude, and in the rows, I've used the latitude. Okay, and you can see a map of India, the city, and what information it is actually trying to give me, the sum of the temperature in a particular location. Okay. This map is going to show me the population of different states in India. How am I able to do? Please look at the measures area here, right? We don't have the data source for it, but if you can get a data source, something similar, you can do all these calculations. See, you can measure the population, the latitude, the longitude, number of records, measure values. You can create graphs like this. You can set legends like this, right? So notice all these things on this graph. Longitudes, the latitudes, the different measures, and finally the sum. Now, with the worksheet that you have in Tableau, let me go to the Tableau. This worksheet option that you have, right? What all different things you can do, that is what I've tried to summarize here. I can, as a Tableau user, create a new sheet. I can rename the sheet. I can delete the sheet, copy and paste, duplicate as a cross tab, right? Export the sheet that I have. I can copy the formatting, paste formatting. I can describe the sheet, the titles, captions, summary options. We already saw that, right? Show cards, hide cards. Yes, these are the different things you can do by just clicking on this option. If you want to just hide the filter shelf, you can just get rid of it. Detail tab is here, tooltip tab is here. So you can always customize. You can have a show view toolbar and you can have a highlighting area. So these are the different worksheet options which are available. Okay, I hope it's clear. The next thing that I want to show you quickly on Tableau was the different actions, the different activities which are performed in Tableau, you know, when you are kind of triggering an event, when you make an event. So let's say if in the columns I had got the categories of the sales and rows were the sum of sales, and I wanted to do some action, right? What I can do, I can use the actions option. So when you click on the filter and filter one, and you just click on these options, can you see this? Source sheets, category wise sales, custom territories, highlighting, map, source, target, right? You can select the target, add the target sheets. So what will happen using this action filter that you have created, the target visual will be filtered with reference to whatever your source visual was. Okay, and in Tableau you can do other things with the actions. You can highlight, you know, like we did before, you can highlight a particular area. You can also have some actions URL added. You can add some hyperlinks to those graphs that you're drawing, the plots that you're making. You can have some action parameters. You can, and how you can make that action parameters, the steps will be, you will create a parameter, you will create a field that you want to create, right? Calculated field. And whatever action you have, you can assign it to the value of the parameter. These are the different things that you can do. You can have some action sets. So action sets will actually help you pass the values to a set. We discussed how a set can be created. So what will be the options? You will create a set, you will create a calculated field, and finally you will link your action to the set. So for example, if I had got some information in the column as longitude, the second information latitude in the rows, I can calculate the sum, the state, the sum, area, and the state. Can you see all this information? You can see here that the sum of area of the per area sales is getting printed. So what it is showing me, California is the one which has got the maximum, right? The lesser the color gradient, the lesser the sales is. How can I say that confidently? Because I've got a legend in front of me, right? 922 457 688 is the value which it is taking, right? All clear, everyone? Any questions? Are you getting an understanding of Tableau? How is it going? I just wanted, because I've been talking on and on, showing you so much of slides. Is it making sense? Are you able to understand? Shubham, how to add legend? There'll be an option on the Tableau under the worksheet column. Just try once. There'll be an option. Legend, title, everything is there. Shraddha understood. Okay. Shuash Reddy understood. You're getting a feel of what all things Tableau can do? Okay. Thank you so much for letting me know, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate. Let's move on to the next. This assignment is in front of you. Try this. And I'm just going to move on to the next bit now. Okay. What we're going to look at is we will look into the level of detail calculations, LOD calculations. What is the main benefit of LOD calculations? They always gives you a aggregation, right? Whenever you want to visualize, it will give you aggregation. So this is what you can do in Tableau. I've taken the measure names, category and subcategory in the columns and the rows respectively. And then I've taken the fixed calculation sales. I can just open the modal, enter this information, click on OK. You can exclude the expression if it is not needed in the view. How you can do that? Using the EXCLUDESC. That is the command that we will be using. That is the option that we will be using. Okay. You can include the expression even if it is not included in the view. So this is some things which are missing in the other things. You can create histograms, right? Histograms can be created. Like we discussed, bar graphs can be created. Similarly, histograms. What is the difference between histogram and bar graph? How many of you know? Okay, there's a very good question, Sunita. For Tableau, Excel micros are not needed. Macros, if you're asking, right? You don't need to know the knowledge. No. If you're doing Excel, if you're doing plotting in Excel, then definitely macro knowledge is needed. For Tableau, you can still, you don't need macros or anything. What is the difference between histogram and bar graph, guys? Can anybody try? Histograms are continuous data, bar has discrete data. Okay, Pavani, what else? Good try. What else? There are some continuous groups in histogram. Perfect. So when I talk about histogram, and the bar graph, they look quite similar, right? When I talk about histogram, it is something similar like bar chart. But when I talk about histogram, it gives me the values in a range, right? That is the main difference. So histograms are very useful. The next thing that you can do in tableaus are the bullet charts. Just like a bullet which goes out of the gun, bullet chart looks, you get a feeling like that, right? So it's another variation of a bar graph. And you will use bullet graphs when you want to compare the value of one measure with the another measure. Bullet charts. Okay, I've got some questions. Nikhil, can Tableau interactive reports can be shared with people having installed Tableau? Yes, that can be done. But in this version that we are using, the public version, we are not able to save it. You need to buy that tool in order to download these things. So because the version which we are using, if we close Tableau, it gets closed. There's not good options where you can save it. But if you created some bar graphs, like for example, my project, when I create Tableau sheets, what I do, I copy and put it in a PowerPoint presentation. So even if people don't have Tableau installed, they can view it. All right, Nikhil, is that clear? Okay, you can compare the sales target and the actual sales, right, using the bullet charts. And then you can have the axis chart. Okay. In the desktop edition, Nikhil, yes, correct. So in the dual axis chart where you have two axes, two y axes, let's say, they can help you to see the relationship between two or more variables. Okay, the dual axis chart. You could have a combined chart like this where you can plot the information. All right, combined charts can be created. You can create some bars within the bar chart. Now, this is the reason I put this snapshot on this slide is because I wanted to show you the extent of different things which we can do. A bar within a bar. And what will be the benefit? Where you wanted to compare the two measures, you can use this bar within a bar. Okay. You can also have some map layers added. What are map layers? They are used to give some layers background to a map. Like, if I wanted to see the satellite view of a place. Okay. If I wanted to add the coastlines, can you all visualize this graph? Just see how different things can be done. Okay. Can you all see the graph? So different coastlines, satellites, different things can be added. You can have some map layers on a background image. What is a background image? Something which can be useful for you to create a custom map. So something like this. Okay. You can have some animations, which have been, so in the Tableau Viz version, they have some animations which were introduced somewhere in 2020 only, very recent. So it makes it easier for you to explore, understand, present your data in a very, very easy way. So how you can do that? Just click on this format option and click on animation. So any things that you want to practice with animations, you can also do that. These are some examples. This is a filter animation. I'm just going to go through this slide so that you can look into the different animations which we can create. How to create, creating them will be difficult considering the time and the different things we are doing. right? So you can have a viz animation like this, a filter animation created like this. You could have a action parameter animation like this, where you can represent the category, sum, sales, right? And then finally, there is one more chart which I wanted to show you. The name of the chart is the motion chart. I wanted to show the year-wise segment sales of, let's say, Q4 of 2017 year, right? Things like this can be represented with the motion chart. Let me show you how the motion chart graph looks like in Tableau. It looks like this. So you can see monthly sales and profit are being represented, right? We can also have information like this, year-wise segment details. So you can see home office, this much sales, corporate office, this much sales, consumer, this much. So these are the different things which you can do. You can also create pivots in Tableau, something similar to what we did in Excel sheets. So nothing new to tell you here. Pivots. Pivots, everybody knows. Anybody who's worked on Excel sheet, you know how pivots can be created, right? So pivots can be created. Eventually, we have to also look at how forecastings can be done. So all those things can be managed. So whenever you want to create a pivot, there is an option called as manage metadata. In Tableau, you can just click on that option, manage metadata, and just clicking on this table, you can click on the pivot and a pivot gets generated. You all know how to open this, right? In Tableau, just click on the data source option that we discussed, then click on the segment and then pivot. You can visualize your pivots using the pivot field names. Okay, look at this information. I've got some data source where it is west, east, central, south. I've got the different segments, the shipping mode, the category, the subcategory that I have. Okay, these are the different things that we've got here. We can make some big dashboards. So when I say a word dashboard, it means what? It means some collection of information. So in the case of a dashboard, I will have some collection of sheets, but all those sheets will be placed in one place. So dashboard is nothing but a collection of sheet, which is everything is there in one place. So for better analysis. So you can see here in this dashboard that we have, we created state-wise sales. We created the category-wise sales. We created subcategory-wise sales, right? And what you can do, these web pages that we create, you can also add them onto your dashboard. Even that is possible in the latest version. Plus these multiple charts you have, they are interactive. Okay, dashboard option, very widely used in Tableau. What all things you can do, text, image, a web page, as I said, you can give some gap between the visuals. You can add some navigations. You can give an option to the user to enable the download option. That is also very useful, right? Any alignments, all those things are provided in Tableau. You can format the dashboard. You can put some floating sheets. You can have vertical alignment, horizontal alignment. Dashboard titles can be created. Different actions can be done, right? These are the actions. Just read it through once. Filters we discussed, right? So similarly, highlight section will highlight a particular area. You can have action URLs added. You can have navigation actions, parameter actions, action sets. These are the different things we can do in Tableau. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to show you in this workshop is how you can design a layout so that Tableau is responsive. You know, I want to open it on desktop or cell phones or maybe on tablets. That responsiveness is also very, very effectively handled. And how do you handle it? Using the concept of device designer in Tableau. So as you click on the dashboard, you can see over here, there are different options. You have by default also values which are set. So look at this, you can have Tableau, tablet, phone, right? You can set the size, you can set the default or the custom, and you can see here the sample super store sales summary will look like this on a phone. How will it look like on a tablet? Okay, these are the different things which you can do. These are the different dashboard actions which you can perform, action filters. You can highlight the action. As I said, action highlights. I wanted to highlight the sales of chair, table, bookcases, furnishings. All this information can be highlighted. Any particular thing that you think, you want to really highlight it in a good way, that can be done. Okay. You can have some action URLs. So for example, I wanted to link some information to this Wikipedia page, which says California is a state of Pacific Coast, blah, 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 some information about California. I can embed that. That is also possible. In the sheet section where you're adding the state, you can have the different objects. Can you see horizontal, vertical, text, image? So from here, you can select a web page and add it, embed it. Okay, try all these slides after the session. You can have some dashboard actions. You can make some parameters. You can make calculated fields. You can use parameter actions. Different things can be done with the dashboards. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, there are 2 to 3 assignments based on this also. Once you have tried these slides, you can solve these assignments. These are something which we are giving you as a home assignment, something which you can practice on. Okay, now coming to the couple of last topics. How do you do the analytics, right? I wanted to create, maybe let's say I wanted to analyze my data on the basis of different statistical models. That can be done. How you can do that? If you go to the option of analytics in Tableau, you can see that you will have constant line, average lines, median with quartiles, your violin plots, box plots, all those informations will be there, right? So you can summarize, you can model, and you can custom under this analytics pane. Okay, which will be really, really beneficial. In terms of the trending, in terms of forecasting, where you want to predict the future trend, how the things are going to behave, based on some regular patterns, this forecasting feature is also available. How can you do that? Under this model option, under the analytics itself, there is an option called forecast, which you can try. So what it will help you to do, it will help you to create a forecast. You can have a line chart, which can actually help you to forecast. So this is the month, the order in which the number of orders that will be placed in the month, and the sum of the sales. So you can see that there is a tooltip which says forecast indicator, which is estimate, which month it is for, December 2017. What sales is it? 103,260. So you're kind of forecasting the sales, which is possible. You can also add some forecast length, automatic, exactly, until, all this information can be added. You can describe the forecast to get more information about the forecast. Okay, look at this slide. You can also have some trend lines added. You wanted to have linear, exponential, logarithmical, or power lines, or polynomial. All those lines can also be added. Okay, the different trend lines. You can have a trend line which is displaying a relationship between the profit and the sales. Please notice this graph that we've, this option which we have, trend line options. Any questions till now? Just before we close, just look into the last topic, clustering. You can write it in the chat. Okay, there is one question around changing the background. Okay, so see, if you want to change the background image, what you can do, there is an option called map, which you can find in Tableau. So when you click on map, background images, you can click on the background images dialog box. And then what will happen, you will get an option to select the image you want to edit. You click edit and it will make the changes. Okay, Sandeep, ma'am, do you use Tableau along with Python in data analytics job? Yes, wherever we have huge amount of data, tools like Tableau will definitely be of an advantage. You can definitely use it. So in this 4 hours, I think this has given you so much of things, about Tableau, right? So you've already started appreciating the different things which Tableau can do, which Excel cannot even think about, right? Okay. The last thing that I wanted to discuss with you was around clustering, which is also possible. Clustering means when you're trying to divide the information or your data into relevant data values. So clustering can be done using some algorithms. Now, again, clustering is such a huge topic. It will take 4 to 5 hours of our time just to talk about clustering. But just I wanted to give you a feel of what clustering is. How does it look like? Have a look at this slide. Right? In order to create a cluster, you can drag the cluster. Again, analytics is the place where you can go, where we are showing you the forecast, same way. Okay. So the Power BI workshop is next week. So you can, we are going to do we did the Tableau this week. We'll be doing Power BI next week. So if you can register on this link, the link which the admin team can provide it to you, you can then compare the difference between both of them, right? So other things which Tableau would do, I'll just quickly summarize. Things like SQL queries, really powerful. You can share your report analytics with people using the Tableau online. These are some other things which can do, right? You can do the publishing of your projects on Tableau. Again, that is very useful, right? So these are the different things that the Tableau helps us to achieve. So today's and the yesterday's session was more about understanding the different features, right? Installing Tableau and doing basic things on Tableau. So I think this would have given you a fair idea about what are the different things Tableau can help you achieve, right? From here on, I would suggest all of you to practice. I would always say this is an end of the session, but see, this is just a beginning. Right? This is a new beginning. Why? Because from now here on, you can learn more and more things on your own on this massive tool called Tableau. Okay, I'm going to take quickly some questions and then we will conclude the session. I hope it was useful, guys. Yeah. Okay. So whether we are doing Power BI session, yes, we are doing it next week. The team can provide you the information. Okay. Yes, definitely. Okay, one last project I'll give you to complete, right? And that project you can do once you have read about Tableau and you're quite comfortable. Only when you're quite comfortable, then go for this project. And there's nothing to feel discouraged if you're not able to. It is a project COVID-19, right? So in this, if you could create some graphs, some plots to find how many total cases were found, what are the monthly new cases which have come in America and South Africa, total cases, unfortunately, the death count, death percentage, age, all these 10 plots. I wanted to plot some graphs like this, some plots like this, a dashboard like this, right? Try to get some close information. Okay.